Welcome to ITA, See the World. Today I'm very blessed and honored to be on Hawaii Island. And we have a special guest from Hawaii, Kimokeo Kapahulehua. He has been well known throughout Hawaii, especially on Maui, and for his tireless efforts to preserve and perpetuate Hawaiian culture and the land and the sea. So aloha, Uncle K.
Aloha.
And can you briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Kimokeo Kapahulehua, and I'm here on the 50th annual anniversary for the Queen Liliuokalani race. And so we're here today and invited the family of the canoe from Taiwan, Taitung, Taiwan, and Taipei. So here today we're sharing their first time here on the island of Hawaii for the Queen Liliuokalani race.
Yes, thank you so much, Uncle. And just you mentioned that this is the first time Taiwan has a team to participate for the Queen canoe race.
Yes.
Can you kind of like share about, because you visit Taiwan in 2022?
Yes.
Yeah, and can you share with us about this journey and what you saw in Taiwan, and what's the story and who you meet, and how they related to your future plan?
I was invited to Taiwan with Yvonne Jian, and she's a founder of Taiwan Outrigger Canoe Club, Taiwan Outrigger Canoe Voyaging Society, and we were there for the Blue Ocean Daily celebration in San Yuan Beach in Taitung. And this is how it all started. She wanted to bring canoes to Taiwan, and so she brought the first OC6 that was given to her from the Singapore Paddle Club. In addition, they had OC1 canoes. They have 5 of them. So it all started by having Yvonne Jian, being the founder of Taiwan Outrigger Canoe Club, invited Uncle to share Hawaiian culture in Taitung, Taiwan.
In this journey, you have met a lot of indigenous peoples in Taiwan, Taitung. So can you share about this story?
Prior to going to Taiwan, she was sharing with Uncle about the 16 tribes that they have in Taitung, Taiwan. And so was really interested to go and share the canoe with several indigenous tribes. And you know, so it was really, really exciting for them to come back to the canoe and in the ocean and in the flowing lake of Taitung. So it started all there and meeting the indigenous tribes of Taiwan, Taitung.
And in Taiwan, you also have a ceremony for the traditional canoe, right?
Yeah, so we did the traditional ceremony of the blessing of the canoe, and with them, and you know, kind of share what we did there. And that was also invited him to come to the Queen Liliuokalani. And so here we are with Hunter School, Sakino, and then we're with Junior School, and we're with Taiwan Outrigger Canoe Club and Taiwan Outrigger Canoe Voyaging Society. So it's a combination, and we have 4 tribes that's here in the competition.
And can you share about the Queen Liliuokalani canoe race, because there is also like cultural events.
Yes.
And also the canoe race. Can you share the detail of this canoe race?
Yeah, more importantly, that at the 50th Queen Liliuokalani, that Kaiopua Canoe Club is a host, and they're hosting a culture night, and also on Saturday they're hosting where we pick up the torches and in memory of the paddlers that passed. But starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is the races, you know, and you might call it the race, but here we're talking about cultural enhancement of the sharing of all the countries that's coming here, the indigenous countries.
And can you share a little bit about the origin of the Hawaiian traditional canoe? Because outrigger canoe is kind of like a very specific canoe, and especially Austronesian.
Well, we're here at the exact location called Ke'u'ua Canoe Club, Ke'u'ua Canoe Club at Honaunau. So I came here nearly 30 years ago to meet Glenn Medeiros, who is a kahuna kalai va'a, and sharing the protocol of going up to the mountain and getting a tree from the forest goddess called Laka, and what the responsibility as a canoe maker we have, and what the community responsible before being awarded a canoe from the forest. You know, so we had a kuleana to make sure that we plant the trees in the mountain before we take a gift. So that was one of the things shared, and making sure that all the other plants that we're planting that related to the mountain and the middle farming and the ocean. So canoe making has a lot to do with the spiritual part, and in why you have a canoe from the forest and why you ask Laka.
So how many types of the traditional canoe? Only outrigger, or there's also like double hull type?
Well, you're speaking of the Polynesian Voyage Society, which is Hokulea, and that's in Oahu, and it's already on a voyage for a 4-year voyage from around the Pacific Ocean. And so you're speaking of that canoe. That canoe was established in the year 1976. It's an annual voyage from Maui to Tahiti. So we're going to be celebrating the 50th year of the Hokulea Polynesian Voyage Society in 2026. So we know that there's plans to come to Taiwan, and yesterday Sakino asked that they come to Taitong, Taiwan. So we are just sharing the feelings of the indigenous tribes, 16 tribes of Taitong, Taiwan, coming to there.
Yes, and when you mentioned about that before we go into the ocean, we usually have a traditional ceremony. Can you share about the ceremony?
Yeah, these are, you might say traditional, but they're ancient ceremonies that asking permission from the people of the heaven, the people of the land, people of the ocean who was here before us, so we can come into their territory and make sure that we care the heavens, the land, and the ocean like they did, so we can pass it on for generations to come. So these are ceremonies, and there's other ceremonies connected, but the real ceremony is as you make the canoe, you have to ask permission for entering and keeping the malamara heaven, malamara aina, malamana makomoana, yeah? So take care of heaven, take care of land, take care of ocean, and it will take care of you.
And what's the name of the ceremony in Hawaiian words?
You know, one of the chants is liu liu, which is asking permission, and some have tuni tamana. So depending on where you're at and who wants to use their permission chant. So each one has its own way of asking permission. It's not a general deal, so everyone can do that on their own.
And the Taiwan team finally come to Hawaii, this island, and thank you so much for the hospitality. And before the paddler goes to the ocean, they also have to observe the ocean and the environments, right? Yeah, so
yesterday, Nama'o Va'a, you know, Nava'a Ma'o is in Hilo with Hokulani Pihana. So she has taught us the protocol yesterday, and then we're doing another protocol with her tomorrow. So she's preparing them the culture protocol, you know, prior to the Queen Liliuokalani race. What is responsible for them to the Hawaiian culture?
Before I have interviewed the female navigator in Tahiti, and she mentioned about on the ocean, everything is answered, like the cloud, the stars, and the wind, and everything that show you the direction, right?
Yeah, so, you know, that gift was given to everybody. Yeah, Napoi Kalani, yeah? The clouds, the stars, the sun, the moon. And this gift is something that everybody know that's part of us and part of them, you know. But more specifically that we've been educated through the Polynesian Voyage Society, you know, in Oahu with the Hokulea. And so in Oahu we have 3 canoes called Hokulea, 4 canoes, Hawaii Loa, Hikinalia, and we have Yosepa, which is the Church College of Hawaii. And then on the Big Island we have 2 canoes, Hoku Alakai and the Makali'i. And then on Maui we have a canoe called Mo'okia o Pilani. And we want to address our sincerity of a loss of our canoe called Mo'olele. And so we put our hearts out to the people in West Maui, and knowing that all of us share what happened, and then we are here to help. And we've been doing so, but anything more that we can help, we continue that. So many of us here at the 50th anniversary of Queen Liliuokalani come with some, what we might say, some little hurt and big hurt, you know, about the loss of our families and the loss of our homes. And so we know that the people from Taiwan made a banner and made it over there, and the banner says Maui Strong. So the people that's coming to the 50th anniversary of the Queen Liliuokalani not only celebrate that, but come in back and try to do some prayers and support for the people of Lahaina.
And I believe at this moment, Uncle K also plays an important role because you continue to perpetuate Hawaiian culture and use your power to help community, right?
Many organizations, many individuals are there giving aloha, you know, not only from Hawaii but from the nation and from the world. So aloha is pouring in from all over the planet to help our families. So we're very thankful for that, and we still grieve the loss of our many families, and they grieve the loss of our homes down there, and the displacement of no houses, no school, things like that. So I couldn't answer, but there is a process of what you might say that we all stand together for them. And so, you know, you'll see Maui Strong, Lahaina Strong. So we ask everybody continue to support them, you know, and continue to reach out to them, because we have years ahead of us to first be resilient as the family in Lahaina, you know, and so.
Yes, I believe Lahaina will rebuild, and because Lahaina is strong.
And we want that to be specifically done that with the people in Lahaina. They know better of a community they would like to build, so we hope that everybody who thinking about rebuilding, please rebuild according to the people who live there and how they want their own community to be built. So that's the biggest thing that we can ask, that everybody support Lahaina and the families, how they want to rebuild their own house and rebuild their own town. So, and we make sure that they're considered first, and their ideas are considered first, you know. And they have already better ideas, and they have better things, so we ask everybody to continue to support their thoughts and their feelings of how they want to do that, you know. And especially the Hawaiian people. So listen to the Hawaiian people and build it like they would like to build it for their ancestors and themselves, and for the children.
Yes, I think that's the most important thing. Back to the Taiwan teams, they also bring the next generation. So how do you see that the next generation to prepare themselves? Because in Taiwan, there's a lot of like next generation that couldn't, you know, access to the land, the sea. It's kind of like difficult. The environment is I don't know, the policy or the environment is not easy for the younger generation to, you know, access to the land and the sea.
Yeah, I think that we, the kupuna or the elders, mo'opuna is our grandchildren, so we want to make sure that we protect the open ocean, the open land, the open waters for the indigenous people, what they had the indigenous rights before. And it's become a big thing all over the world of global indigenous fight. So it's not a fight, it's a thing that we had, and we would like to continue to be able to use our lands for farming, use our waters for drinking, and use our ocean, you know. And so we're responsible for children, how we can be inclusive culture, inclusive environment, inclusive health, and continue that for the future for our children. So in Hawaii, we have a lot of children's program we worked with, you know. But a big mahalo to all those who has the immersion language to keep our language, you know. So we have a lot of immersion schools, and like Lahaina, the immersion people are reaching out that from preschool to K-12 to have their own immersion school, and this will be the time for a rebuilding, to rebuild that, to have our own immersion school from preschool to K-12, and they've expressed their ideas and expressed how to do that. So we would like them to listen to those people so we can preserve our language, to preserve our culture.
And last question, what is your prospect for the Taiwanese voyage culture or their position in the Austronesian countries?
Oh, the prospect is great, yeah. So Hunter School has a mountain, teaching how to hunt, teaching how to farm. Hunter School also work with a kayak in the freshwater, and now working with the canoe in the saltwater. So the prospect is great for us to share each other's culture and help each other in the world, So there's a big movement between global indigenous conference, and how all of us have the similar problems and similar things that we would like to have for our children. So it's a great exchange and a great, we can say, dances, songs, prayers, and food, and it's really powerful.
Yes, we're very honored to be here as well. And do you have any other things that you want to share with Taiwanese indigenous audience?
No, I think that we want to continue share with all the indigenous tribes in Taiwan, because they have a secret that we don't know, and we have a secret that we do have, and we can share with them about the families of the mountain, the families of the farm, the families of the ocean. So I think it's great that we go to other places and share the culture to each other. So I think it's wonderful that in Taiwan they have many languages. So they've already got their language and doing that in the schools. English is not the first language, it's their tribal language. So it's great, and we encourage them to not lose the language, keep the language, and they'll keep that. We were 38 or 30, 40 years into the making of getting our language to be taught again in the institution. So it was never lost, but you should never lose your language.
Thank you, Uncle Kay, for your sharing today, and we learned a lot from your teaching, and we also hope that in the future we can also come to Hawaii and do more cultural exchange and learn more from the kupuna.
Well, we love it too, so keep on coming and we'll keep on exchanging, because we want to do that for our own indigenous people, but mostly try to do and help the people in Lahaina and be resilient, and we can stand by them. And thank you for everybody to supporting the Ohana in Lahaina.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mahalo.
Thank you.